So right now we're in this gorgeous vintage shop with all leopard walls. I finally found a place where I blend in. It's a really fascinating room. I hope to have a room like this in my home. I've always been fascinated by everything vintage, the music, the movies and the furniture. I think I remember being maybe 8 or like between 8 and 10 and seeing some vintage things in the magazine. I think it were some more like a discovery kind of magazines for children, and there was like articles about the furniture and like the radios in old England, and I was so fascinated by it. I remember, I think I was also maybe 9, and I remember finding an article with pictures about Marlene Dietrich in some women's magazines, and how extremely intimidated was by the way she looked, because she had these crazy eyebrows and just this very distinct face. I was so intimidated and kind of like scared of her, but at the same time so curious about what she was. I've even like cut out, because I used to do that a lot as a kid, cut out like the pictures and the articles, and I sticked it in like one of my notebooks with my cutouts, and actually I still have it in Ukraine. When I visited last time, I found like that little notebook with like my first meeting with Marlene Dietrich.
I came to see if you were dead. If you had loved me enough, you would have killed yourself last night.
I think at this moment I have around 3 role models I could think of. First of them would be Auntie Mame, which is a fictional character from a book and a movie.
But darling, I'm your Auntie Mame!
Second one would be Marlene Dietrich, which was a famous actress and a singer.
Nothing ever worries me, no one ever hurries me. I take pleasure leisurely, even when I kiss.
My newest inspiration source has been a Norwegian singer, Aurora, which is actually the same age as me. All 3 of them somehow represent the features I would like to cultivate in myself or bring out to the world. For example, Auntie Mame is a person that's kind of promotes the joy of life and the eccentricity.
Narcissistic, lysistrata, cubism, squift, neurotic, heterosexual.
Oh, my, what an eager little mind. You won't need some of these words for months and months.
While Marlene Dietrich was somewhat of a queer icon and just a woman that has had so many adventures in her life, and that's also something I'd like to have. And Aurora is actually, for me, right now, the living example of a super weird, also queer person who has made it big in the music industry and has been so loved and accepted for just being herself completely. Ooh. Also, I think one of the reasons why vintage things and like movies and culture attracts me a lot, because of the glamour and the eccentricity of it. And I think many queer people nowadays are also very much into it. I think it even has got a new term used majorly by a queer community named camp. And it's actually everything that is like very over the top, sometimes even to the humorous point of view, like with the big hair and the diamonds. I would say Auntie Mame is my favorite movie because I relate to her in a way. I think Auntie Mame is something that I aspire to be when I'm gonna be her age. Even though she's not so young anymore, you can see how adventurous and how alive she is.
Live! That's the message. Live! Yes! Life Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death now. Come on, Agnes, live!
Life is a banquet, so it's, to me, I try to live with the feeling like life is a celebration and some kind of a theme park where you just come and you see so many different attractions of different themes, and you just try to go into each of them and enjoy all that life has to offer.
You